This week, we dropped Season 1, Chapter 8, The Gears Turn Part 1. I engaged in some light aspirational lying, and I'll give you a scoop on everything that I'm working on as I'm clearing the way for Season 3. But first, a message to our heroes. Hey everyone, if you're hearing this quick message, you're in the public version of TABTA. Right now in the Heroes of Edra version, I am chatting with them, thanking them for supporting the series and help keep the lights on while we're so small, and sharing little songs and stories and behind-the-scenes stuff. So if you guys want access to that and to support the series, help keep the lights on while we're still a small little shop, you can check us out on patreon.com/7thvalkyrie, that's 7THVALKYRIE, and learn more. Anyway, on into the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the 7th Valkyrie, where we watch one series go from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons in a movie, or maybe we just find the power of friendship along the way. I'm your host, Colin Sharp, creator and current voice of the 7th Valkyrie, and it's great to have you listening. First, let's cover the week in 7th V content. On Wednesday, we've got the second part, sorry, this was old, that note in particular. We've got Season 1, Chapter 8, Part 1, Reimagine, dropping. Listen Along will be coming next Friday. There is... I'm trying to think. This is a pretty awesome action-oriented chapter that used to be kind of people just talking in a dark room. So there's a lot to update, so keep an ear out for the actual listens, and then I'll break it down more in the listen-alongs. Recording this one late. It's been a long day. Which flows well into 7th V and me. Here's what's going on. So they have been doing an insane amount of re-roofing above me, so I can only record these late at night. And I'll get into the questions later, but just wanted to give you guys an update that there is a lot going on. Right now, I'm trying to get a lot of work projects done so I can really focus entirely on the actual writing of Season 3. I'm working in the evenings and weekends to kind of fill out the season overview, but also working really hard to make the money that allows me to eat food and pay my rent while I'm doing that. Right now, I'm in the middle of launching a new complicated computing system for a big travel agency that I'm working with. I'm working on onboarding a new hotel as a consultant. I just got off of a big meeting launching a food business, and I'm in the middle of recruiting for a massive travel agent outreach, along with trying to grow my gym. So a lot going on, but I'm working on clearing all those things out of the way so 7th Valkyrie emerges to the top. I know that we all wish that 7th V could just be my one and only and the one thing that I'm working on. I'm currently not big enough to do that. Which brings us, unfortunately and fortunately, into Q&A. So today's question comes from Thomas, again, who says this week, quote, "Is a story ever going to continue? And if so, when? The listen along and extra stuff is cool and all, but get back to the story, please. It's so good, but the extra content is not." Oh, Thomas. I have been trying to get out word to Thomas, so if you can hear this, Thomas, I hear you, and check on the responses to your previous comments on Spotify. If anybody else out there knows Thomas, get the word. That the tentative release date for public episodes of Season 3 is November or December of this year, and my boy Tomio, I hear ya. I feel the hunger. I feel the fire, and I'm working. Right now, so what's going on is I have an overview document that contains the vital building blocks and notes of everything that happens in all 30 chapters of the upcoming season. And it's a lot of things, tightening it up and fleshing it out. Just like hours and hours and hours of fiddling around with the details and making sure that everything weaves together and feels like as strong and good as these previous seasons. It's like I've got a mountain of really interesting, colorful yarn, and I've been collecting yarn from everywhere. But I have to make sure that, first of all, the most important strands that kind of are consistent are smooth all the way through. Like I've got to have the big payoffs in 29 and 30 those have got to, they've already been building, but they need to start building, and you need to have some cohesiveness starting in chapter 2. And then around those key threads, we weave sort of the cohesive threads of the characters to give sort of life and to give us an understanding for those bigger overarching threads. And in those, it's just important to make sure that those little mini arcs and those little, human traits and experiences that we follow through across like 4 to 6 to 8 are all smooth and shine brightly, because that's what's grounding us in the center of this whole fantasy world. And obviously, so creating that is a bit of a tangled mess, but I'm in there every single night right now, working through it, teasing it into some beautiful shapes that you guys will crave, that I love. Recently got through a first wave of some new interesting weaving with one of the big set pieces towards the kind of the third way point, and going from there. Creating all of it's a bit of a tangled mess, but trust me, guys, I ain't putting this story out unfinished. I'm going to make this an incredible story. I'm gonna weave it until it's done, but the fire's under my ass. And so, my boy Thomas, please know that I hear you. I feel your inspiration. I feel your hunger. I'm with you, brother. And I'm working my ass off. So anyway, if you guys have a question for me that you'd like to hear answered, leave a comment and I'll check before next week. In the meantime, stay tuned for upcoming releases Wednesday and Friday for the public. Hero version's already available, and I'll be sending y'all lots of love. Take care, have a good one, and ciao.